Hello everyone, I invite you to every Monday's chart review of selected cryptocurrencies. Let's start by looking at what's happening on the BTC to USDT chart over the one-day time frame. At the beginning, we can use the blue lines to mark the triangle in which the BTC price is moving, and we can see that we are getting closer to taking the direction of leaving it. Let's start with the support line, and as you can see, the first support in the near future is $16,586 equal to 0.618 FIB. If the support is broken, then the next support is $16,086 and $15,456. Now let's move on to the resistance line. As you can see, the first resistance the price is currently fighting is $16,762. If it manages to break it, the next resistance will be $17,073, $17,325, and $17,581. Looking at the chop indicator, we can see that there is a lot of energy for a bigger move. The MACD is close to indicating an uptrend, while the RSI is moving below the middle of the range, which could potentially give room for an uptrend. As the second in today's review, we have the ETH chart, also on a single-day timeframe. However, here we can use white lines to mark a long-lasting sideways trend channel. While locally it is worth marking a local uptrend line. Now, with the help of fib retracement, we will check where the price has support. And here we see that we first have a support zone from $1,213 to $1,180, but when the price falls below this zone, we have another support at $1,134 and then $1,074 at the bottom of the channel and at the previous low. Looking the other way, in a similar way, we can check where the ETH price will meet resistance. And as you can see, we have the first resistance at $1,227, which the price is currently fighting. The next resistance is at $1,251. Then we have a strong resistance zone from $1,276 to $1,309, and when the price breaks it, it will go towards the resistance at $1,352 to the top of the channel. It is worth noting that the volume is very small, but there is a growing advantage of buyers. The CHOP index indicates that we have a lot of energy, so we can expect more traffic to come. The MACD indicator indicates that we have entered an uptrend, while the RSI is moving around the middle of the range, which makes it difficult to determine a specific price direction. Another cryptocurrency is the chart of BNB against USDT on a 4-hour time frame. We can start by identifying with the white lines a sideways trend channel where the BNB price has been moving for a long time. Then we can move on to marking the yellow downtrend line under which we are currently moving. As we can see, the last drop in the price stopped perfectly at 0.786 fib retracement at $221.60, which is a strong support for our price and also the lower border of the side channel. When the price goes lower, we can see a drop to around $183.40, which is the place of the last low prices. However, the price is currently trading in the support zone from $246.50 to $236.90. Looking the other way, we see that the first resistance should be up at $253.30, from which it has already bounced twice. The next resistance is at $274.20, then at $290.80, $307.90, and $332.40. This is a very strong resistance, and also the upper limit of the sideways trend channel. It is worth paying attention to the volume, which is very low at the moment. The CHOP index indicates that the energy is exhausted. The MACD tries to maintain an uptrend, while on the RSI, despite the sideways movement, we see that we are quite high. We have room for price growth, but a small correction can be expected locally. As the last in today's review, we will check the phantom chart on a 4-hour time frame. In this situation, we can use the yellow lines to mark a triangle in which the price is approaching the exit direction. We can also see that the EMA cross 50, marked with a yellow line, indicates a downtrend. When we see the yellow line cross the blue line, it will be a signal for a larger upward move. Now we can move on to identify the support lines that the price should rely on. And here we see that we have the first support at 20 cents, equal to the 0.618 fib retracement that has held the price in recent days. We still have support at 18 cents and 16 cents. Looking the other way, we can see that price tried to break through the resistance at 0.618 fib retracement 3 times, but each time it bounced off it. And now we have first resistance at 22 cents, second resistance at 24 cents, third important resistance at 26 cents, and fourth at 28 cents. It is worth paying attention to the volume, which is quite small, but with a visible advantage for buyers. The CHOP index indicates that the energy has been used. The MACD confirms the local uptrend, while the RSI, like the CHOP index, shows overheating, which may cause the price to correct. Technical analysis is provided by a third party, and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.